Hey everyone, welcome back to the deep dive. So today we're diving deep into Ethiopia's plan to become a digital powerhouse,
Mm-hmm.
by 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be focusing specifically on digital payments.
Okay.
Now we know you're interested in Ethiopia and the role technology is playing in its future. So this is really going to be fascinating for you. We're not just talking about cool gadgets though.
No.
This is about real impact,
Yeah.
empowering people and boosting Ethiopia's economy.
Yeah, this is about opening up opportunities for everybody, no matter where they live or whether they've had access to traditional banking.
Right, exactly. And to guide us on this deep dive, we're going to be looking at a piece called Unlocking Ethiopia's Digital Future, the Role of Payment Systems in the Digital Ethiopia 2025 Strategy. So this piece makes a pretty bold statement.
Mm-hmm.
It argues that a strong digital payment system is absolutely essential for Ethiopia to actually hit its digital goals.
Yeah, I can see why they would say that.
So can you break that down for us? Why are digital payments so crucial for a thriving digital economy?
Well, think about it. You can't really have a successful online marketplace if
Yeah.
people can't easily and securely pay for things, right?
Yeah, it's like trying to run a shop without a cash register.
Exactly. Digital payments are the foundation for everything else in the digital economy. We're talking online shopping, government services moving online, mobile banking. All of that hinges on having a reliable way to move money around digitally.
So it's like the backbone, the essential plumbing that makes everything else work.
Yeah, you could say that. And it's all about making a system where anyone can participate, regardless of their location or if they've ever even had a bank account.
Right. That brings us to this idea of financial inclusion,
Yep.
which is a key goal of the Digital Ethiopia 2025 strategy.
Absolutely.
And this is where things get really interesting for anyone who's interested in how tech impacts people.
Yeah.
So imagine a society that's largely cash-based, and suddenly millions more people have access to financial services just through their phone.
It's huge.
That's a game changer.
Yeah.
Can you paint a picture for us? What could this kind of shift mean for everyday Ethiopians?
The possibilities are pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Imagine a small business owner in a rural village. Let's say they've struggled to get loans in the past because they don't have a credit history.
Right.
But with digital payments, they can actually track all their transactions, build that financial record, and potentially access microloans. That could really help their business take off.
So it levels the playing field in a way.
Absolutely. It's about empowering people and giving them more control over their own finances. But it goes beyond just businesses. Think about families in remote areas. They might have had to travel hours just to reach a bank before.
Yeah, that's a huge barrier.
With mobile payments, they can send money, receive money, pay bills all from their phones.
It's incredible bringing those essential services right
Oh,
to people.
exactly. Breaking down barriers and creating a more inclusive system.
Yeah. And in a country as vast and diverse as Ethiopia, that's huge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It also makes people more financially resilient. As they get access to these tools, they learn how to save, budget, manage their money better.
It's a powerful shift.
It really is.
Now let's talk about the elephant in the room here. Whenever we're talking about money,
Yeah.
especially in the digital world, security is a major concern.
Oh, for sure.
But the source does highlight how seriously Ethiopia is taking cybersecurity.
Uh-huh.
So what are some of the key safeguards being put in place to make sure these digital transactions are safe and trustworthy?
Well, they're using a multi-layered approach, which is really good to see.
Okay.
A key element is introducing digital IDs.
Mm-hmm.
These are kind of like digital passports for the financial world,
Okay.
and they're crucial for verifying people's identities, preventing fraud.
So making sure you are who you say you are.
Exactly. An extra layer of protection. They're also implementing some strong data protection regulations.
Okay.
As more of our lives move online, it's just essential to have rules in place to protect personal and financial information.
Right, because trust is everything.
Yeah, if people don't feel like their money and information are secure, the whole system just falls apart. So these regulations are there to build that trust and assure people that their data is being handled responsibly. And on top of that, they're investing in sophisticated anti-fraud technologies,
Okay.
continuous monitoring, advanced detection systems, all working to prevent unauthorized access and keep people's money safe.
It sounds like they're really committed to creating a system that's secure and accessible,
Mm.
which is a tough balance to strike.
It is.
But it seems like they're doing a lot of things right.
I think so. It's a really exciting development for the future of digital payments in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
It really is. And beyond those social benefits, the source also makes a really strong argument for how digital payments can actually be a major driver of economic growth in Ethiopia.
Okay, I'm curious about that.
I think this will be especially interesting for you given your interest in the business side of things.
Yeah, for sure.
So how does that work? How can just moving money around digitally lead to a stronger economy?
That's a great question.
Well, one of the most direct impacts is that it cuts down on transaction costs. When you get rid of a lot of the overhead, that comes with handling physical cash. Like all the paperwork, security, transportation, businesses become much more efficient.
Yeah.
And that efficiency often means more profits,
Okay.
which can then be reinvested to grow the business or hire more people.
So less time and money wasted on just moving money around.
Exactly.
Frees up resources for businesses to, focus on what they do best.
Right. And then there's the fact that digital payments, they tend to encourage people to spend more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just so convenient.
Right.
Instead of having to dig out cash, you can buy things with a quick tap on your phone.
Yeah.
That ease of use often leads to impulse buys and more frequent transactions.
It's interesting how something as simple as convenience
Hmm.
can really impact spending habits.
It can. And we can't forget about the new jobs that are created. As the digital payments sector grows,
Yeah.
you're going to need more IT specialists, cybersecurity experts, the people with expertise in digital finance.
So ripple effect. Digital payments boost existing businesses, lead to new businesses. And then you have all these new jobs being created, pumping more money into the economy.
It really is a win-win situation, and it's clear that the Ethiopian government sees this potential. The source highlights their active role in promoting the adoption of digital payments.
Yeah, the source makes it clear that this isn't just a hands-off approach. The government's really stepping up to make this happen. What are some of the specific actions they're taking to make sure this transition to a digital economy is a success?
Well, first of all, they're working directly with private companies to develop and expand mobile payment platforms,
Right.
which I think is a smart move. It brings together the government's vision with the expertise and innovation of the private sector in fintech.
It was like a partnership.
Exactly. And they're also offering some pretty good incentives
Okay.
to encourage people to switch to digital payments.
Interesting.
Things like reduced transaction fees, tax breaks, that can really make a difference for both businesses and consumers.
Yeah, those are some smart strategies
Yeah.
to make digital payments more attractive.
Yeah.
But what about the people who might not be so comfortable with technology? How are they ensuring everyone has the skills they need to thrive in this new landscape?
That's a great point. And the source does address it. They're investing in training programs,
Okay.
specifically designed to give small businesses and entrepreneurs the knowledge and skills they need to navigate this digital shift.
That's great.
It's about making sure everyone benefits, not just those who are already tech savvy.
I like that. Now, shifting gears a little bit, Ethiopia has this goal of becoming a digital hub for all of East Africa.
It's a bold vision.
It is.
Yeah.
How do cross-border transactions fit into that? What needs to happen for Ethiopian businesses to compete on that global scale?
I think it all comes down to having the right digital infrastructure in place.
Okay.
So when you have a secure national digital ID system, coupled with really strong payment platforms,
Okay.
Ethiopian businesses are going to be much better positioned to participate in international e-commerce. And this opens up a world of possibilities for them to boost exports and create those valuable trade partnerships with companies all over the world.
So connecting Ethiopia to the global digital marketplace,
Exactly.
giving its businesses a chance to shine on the world stage.
Putting Ethiopia on the map as a leader in digital innovation and a hub for that tech-driven growth in the region.
This is all very exciting, but we have to be realistic. There are going to be some challenges along the way.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The source mentions things like digital literacy, infrastructure limitations, the need to build trust among people who are so used to doing business in cash.
Absolutely. Those are valid concerns. And it's important to acknowledge that no transition is without its hurdles.
So how can Ethiopia tackle these challenges? What needs to happen to overcome those obstacles and really unlock the potential of digital payments?
Well, tackling digital literacy is a great place to start.
Okay.
It's about educating people, especially in those rural communities,
Okay.
about how to use these digital platforms effectively and safely. This could involve targeted education programs, public awareness campaigns, even designing platforms that are really intuitive and easy for anyone to use.
So meeting people where they are, making sure the tech is accessible to everybody, regardless of their background or their experience.
Exactly. What about the infrastructure limitations?
Yeah. Ethiopia is a vast country.
Yeah.
Internet access isn't universally available yet.
That's a big one. It's going to require ongoing investment in expanding reliable internet and mobile networks across the country, especially to those remote and underserved
It's
areas.
like building the roads for the digital economy.
Right. Without that basic connectivity, you just can't realize the full potential of digital payments.
And finally, the issue of trust. How do you convince people who are used to dealing in cash to put their faith in a system they may not fully understand?
This is where transparency and security are just absolutely critical.
Mhm.
The government and private companies have to work together to make sure these systems are not only secure,
Right.
but also user-friendly and easy to understand.
Right.
Clear communication about how the systems work, what security measures are in place, the benefits of using them.
Yeah.
All that's going to be key to building trust and encouraging wider adoption.
So showing people that this new way of doing things,
Yeah.
it's not just convenient, but it's also safe. It's reliable.
Exactly.
Their money's protected.
Building confidence and demonstrating that this digital transformation is ultimately designed to benefit everyone.
We've covered a lot of ground here.
I have.
And it's clear that digital payments, they're a cornerstone of Ethiopia's digital strategy.
Mm-hmm.
It's about so much more than just technology. It's about empowering people, creating opportunities, building a brighter future for Ethiopia.
Yeah, it really is inspiring to see how Ethiopia is using technology to, drive progress, create a more inclusive economy.
Yeah, it's a great example of how tech, when it's used thoughtfully, can really be a force for positive change.
Absolutely. So for our listeners who've been with us on this deep dive into Ethiopia's digital transformation, what are the key takeaways you want them to walk away with? Well, I think the most important thing to remember is that digital payments aren't just about convenience.
Right.
They're really a fundamental building block for a successful digital economy. They're key to unlocking financial inclusion, driving economic growth, connecting Ethiopia to the global market.
It's about creating a system where everyone can participate and benefit, no matter where they are or what their background is.
Exactly. And it's important to remember this isn't happening by accident. There is a clear strategy in place, driven by the government, but it involves a lot of collaboration with the private sector.
Yeah, that seems key.
And this approach, it's not just about the technology, it's also about the human side of this transition.
Right.
They're making sure that this digital future is inclusive, secure, beneficial for all Ethiopians.
And we've talked about the challenges, but the potential benefits are huge.
Oh, yeah.
Ethiopia is on the cusp of a really exciting period, and it's definitely a story worth following.
I couldn't agree more. It's a testament to what we can achieve with technology and the potential it has to create a more equitable and prosperous world.
Well said. So we've reached the end of our deep dive. But before we go, we want to leave you with a thought.
A little something to keep you thinking.
What role could you play in supporting Ethiopia's digital transformation?
Yeah, think about that.
Maybe you could explore investment opportunities, advocate for digital literacy initiatives, or even just stay informed about this incredible journey.
There are so many ways to engage and be a part of it.
It's a global conversation, and every voice makes a difference. So do your research, stay curious, and maybe you'll find a way to contribute to this amazing story unfolding in Ethiopia.
That's a great point.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you found it insightful and inspiring. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into fascinating topics from all over the world. Until next time.